TCL introduced NextPapers smartphones with paper-like screens. Apple announced the presentation date of the iPhone 15. Toyota has halted operations at all 14 factories in Japan. The U.S. Air Force requested $5.8 billion for the creation of 2,000 UAVs. The Emika robot created a drawing of a cat using stable diffusion technology. Scientists determined the optimal number of people for a Martian base. All of this and much more is happening right now. Apple has announced the date for the iPhone 15 presentation indeed. The company has sent out invitations for its autumn event, which will be held in an online format on September 12, 2023. The event will be a hybrid format, with invited journalists attending at the Apple Park, while others can watch the live broadcast on the company's website or YouTube. But you don't need to worry about anything. We will, as always, bring you the essence, and you'll see all the highlights almost without delay. Instead of all the unnecessary details, make sure you've subscribed and hit the notification bell so you won't miss this significant event. It's rumored that the event will showcase the iPhone 15, including its Plus, Pro, and Pro Max versions. Additionally, Apple might introduce the Apple Watch 9 and the Apple Watch Ultra 2. There's also a possibility that the company will share details about the Apple Vision Pro headset or unveil new features for the operating system. Engineers from the British company Engineer Arts have taught the famous anthropomorphic robot Emika how to draw. The robot managed to sketch a cat in a minute, while contemplating art, love for pets, and his own disinterest in cats. When the drawing was finished, Emika remarked, "If you didn't like my work, perhaps you don't understand art." Previously, Emika lacked the ability to draw, but this skill was added to the humanoid robot's repertoire after programmers integrated the popular neural network Stable Diffusion into his system. This program instructs Emika on what to draw, how to draw, and where to position his brush hand over the paper. Once connected to the AI model, the neural network generated the image and transmitted it to Emika as a trajectory of robotic arm movement. While Emika's artistic abilities are still far from those of human artists, notable progress has been made. It seems that in the future, one of the most advanced robots might indeed surprise us with incredible creative works. TCL introduced smartphones, NextPapers, with paper-like screens named NextPaper. This technology, developed by TCL, aims to provide a reading experience similar to paper on IPS displays. Yesterday, the company unveiled its first smartphones featuring these displays. Their main highlight is the matte screens that reduce glare and sunlight and alleviate eye strain for users. The family of TCL smartphones now includes the models TCL 40 NextPaper and TCL 40 NextPaper 5G. The former is equipped with a 6.78-inch IPS display with a 90 shades refresh rate and an aspect ratio of 20.59. The screen is matte, and the firmware offers several features to enhance reading, including a monochrome mode and automatic color temperature adjustment. The display also supports the TCL TPN stylus, which is integrated into a proprietary case, giving the smartphone a notebook-like appearance. Writing on the matte display of the phone closely resembles using a regular pen and paper, according to company representatives. The heart of the device is the MediaTek Helio G88 processor, combined with an 8256 GB memory configuration. Additionally, support for microSD cards and dual SIM cards is provided. On the rear panel, a triple camera module is placed. The TCL 40 NextPaper 5G features a 6.6-inch 90Hz display with HD Plus resolution and a 29 aspect ratio. The main difference from the first model is the addition of 5G support, a water drop notch, and the MediaTek Dimensity 620 processor. The TCL 40 NextPaper is expected to be available in the European market in September, priced at €200, while the 5G version will launch in October for €250. The release of these innovations in other regions is expected by the end of the year. Toyota has halted operations at all 14 of its factories in Japan. This was due to a glitch that affected the computer system responsible for handling incoming auto components. According to a Toyota representative, The system malfunction made it impossible to place orders for parts, impacting around 28 assembly lines used to manufacture various models, from the popular Corolla and Camry to hybrids like the Prius. The company does not believe the system malfunction was caused by a cyber attack. Another subsidiary of Toyota, Hino Motors Limited, also announced issues with its computer system. As a result, they had to stop production on 4 assembly lines at 2 plants in Japan. It's worth noting that back in March 2022, Toyota had suspended operations at all 14 of its factories in Japan due to a cyber attack that utilized ransomware against its supplier, Jima Industry. The recovery took several days, and the company's losses from the incident amounted to approximately 5% of its monthly production volume. The U.S. Air Force plans to allocate $5.8 billion for the development of 2,000 XQ-58A Valkyrie unmanned aerial vehicles based on AI technology. These drones are intended to accompany F-22 and F-35 fighters, undertaking hazardous missions and providing pilot protection. They will serve as robotic wingmen, offering coverage and maneuverability in situations deemed too perilous for human involvement. Later this year, the prototype will undergo simulation tests, where it will need to formulate its own pursuit and target elimination strategies over the Gulf of Mexico. The U.S. Congress has yet to approve the proposed budget, which is intended for a 5-year production cycle of these UAVs. While the project garners strong support from American military officials, human rights advocates raise concerns and call for a halt in production of these killer drones, asserting that allowing machines rather than human judgment to decide on the value of human lives crosses an ethical boundary. The notion that machines driven by computer algorithms rather than human discretion could decide matters of life and death has been critiqued by Sarah Connolly, the senior advocate at Human Rights Watch's Arms Division. Other opponents of AI-based weaponry, such as non-profit organizations like the Institute for Futures of Life, have dubbed the Valkyries executioner drones due to the risk of uncontrolled algorithmic decision-making in critical scenarios. This amplifies the threat of rapidly escalating conflicts and transitioning to uncontrollable phases, along with the potential danger of employing such machines for future mass destruction purposes. The company TransAstra has secured an $850,000 contract with NASA to develop a prototype of a space debris capture bag. The developers' plans go beyond just collecting and incinerating debris in Earth's atmosphere. In collaboration with Think Orbital, they intend to create an orbital facility for repairing and repurposing collected space junk into something useful. To collect space debris, inflatable bags will be used. Additionally, TransAstra is designing a cleaning spacecraft called the TransAstra Worker B, which will collect debris and transport it to the Think platform. This platform is expected to have a diameter of 37 meters and a volume of 4,000 cubic meters. The platform's equipment will diagnose, repair, or recycle the gathered debris, contributing to more sustainable space operations. The company OpenAI has released the corporate version of ChatAG 5. ChatGPT Enterprise offers a higher level of security and confidentiality, unrestricted high-speed access to GPT-4, powerful data analysis capabilities, and the ability to ask more complex questions to ChatGPT. Among other features are shared chat templates, enabling local collaboration, meaning several employees can participate in a single ChatGPT session. With an expanded context window of 32,000 tokens, ChatGPT can now handle lengthy input data and files. Additional options such as knowledge-based customization for working with corporate clients and more advanced analytical tools will soon be available. The company also stated that they will eventually offer pricing plans for ChatGPT Enterprise, suitable for small teams. OpenAI announced that this is their first enterprise-oriented product in the ChatGPT tool suite, alongside ChatGPT Plus subscriptions for quick access to the company's chatbot. Existing users of ChatGPT can either retain their current access plans or switch to ChatGPT Enterprise to access the new features. If crewed flights to Mars and the construction of a habitable base become a reality, humanity will face numerous practical questions regarding the future team of colonists. A new article presented in the preprint library Arxiv attempts to determine how many people are needed for the sustainable functioning of the base and what psychological characteristics future Martians should possess. According to earlier research, a team of 110 individuals would be required initially. However, scientists from George Mason University in the USA have examined different conditions for their model and discovered that far fewer astronauts are needed, in contrast to previous findings. They assumed that the Mars colony would receive a certain amount of resources from Earth. This approach allows for sending fewer people on each flight and eliminates the need for frequent resupply missions, which reduces overall project costs. Their study revealed that only 22 individuals are needed for the stable functioning of the Mars colony. Additionally, the research highlighted the importance of psychological factors. Colonists with high levels of agreeableness had the highest chances of survival, while those with pronounced neuroticism, emotional instability, and low cooperation skills exhibited the highest mortality rates.